You need to know this. Imagine you are waking up one morning and discover the world as you know it is about to change drastically. No, we're not talking about science fiction or a disaster movie script. We're talking about a reality that scientists around the world are warning about with increasing concern. Something terrible is happening in the Atlantic Ocean, and the consequences could affect all of our lives. But what is happening? It all starts with something called AMOC, Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. It seems complicated, doesn't it? But it's actually relatively simple to understand. Making an analogy, let's say that the ocean is like a gigantic conveyor belt of water. This wake carries warm water from the tropics north, where it cools, sinks, and returns south. This cycle is vital for the planet's climate. Now, imagine that this conveyor belt starts to run more slowly. This is exactly what scientists are observing. AMOC is slowing down, and this is a cause for great concern. Why is that so important? Ocean currents are like giant conveyor belts that circulate ocean water across the globe. They play a crucial role in balancing the climate and maintaining marine biodiversity. These currents can be divided into two main types: hot currents and cold current. Hot currents are superficial and transport water at higher temperatures from the tropics towards the poles, being essential for maintaining milder temperate regions. Notable examples include the Gulf Stream, which carries warm waters from the Gulf of Mexico to the North Atlantic, helping keep Western Europe's climate more moderate. The Brazil Current, which transports warm waters along the east coast of South America, influencing the region's climate and marine life. And the Guyana Current, which moves along the northern coast of South America, contributing to marine biodiversity and the local climate. But what is causing this slowdown? This is where the story gets even more interesting. The main suspect is global warming. As the planet warms, the ice in the polar regions melts. All of this fresh water flows into the ocean, diluting the salt water. This changes the density of the water, affecting how it circulates. In addition to the melting of Greenland's ice, increased precipitation in Arctic regions also contributes to the injection of fresh water into the North Atlantic. The combination of these freshwater sources changes the salinity of the ocean, making the surface water less dense. As a result, the water has more difficulty sinking, a fundamental process for the continued circulation of the AMOC. Winds play a crucial role in moving ocean current. Changes in wind patterns, which can be caused by climate change, affect the strength and direction of surface current. These changes could, in turn, impact the ability of water to sink in the North Atlantic, weakening the AMOC circulation. Although human activities are a significant factor, AMOC is also influenced by natural variabilities that occur on decadal to multi-decadal timescale. These variabilities include phenomena such as the North Atlantic Oscillation, NAO, and the Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation, AMO, which can temporarily affect the strength and pattern of ocean currents. Scientists have been observing this slowdown for years, but recently, the news has become even more alarming. Some studies suggest that the AMOC could collapse as early as 2025. This doesn't mean it will stop completely overnight, but it does indicate that we could cross the point of no return very soon. However, what would happen if AMOC actually collapsed? The consequences would be dramatic and far-reaching. Europe could face much colder winters, with temperatures dropping by up to 8 degrees Celsius in some regions. This isn't just an inconvenience. It's a change that could affect agriculture, the economy, and the everyday lives of millions of people. On the other side of the Atlantic, things would not be better. Caribbean, Africa, and parts of South America could face a rise in temperatures. This could lead to more droughts, intense heat waves, and changes in rainfall patterns that would affect food production. It does not stop there. Changing weather patterns could increase the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. More Atlantic hurricanes, more storms in Europe, expanding deserts. All of this is on the table if the AMOC collapses. But before you panic, it's important to remember that science isn't unanimous about when or if this will happen. Some scientists believe collapse is imminent. Others think we still have time to act. What everyone agrees on is that we need to pay attention and take action. And here's the most important part of the story. We are not passive spectators. Our actions have a direct impact on this scenario. Climate change caused by human activity is a key factor in this AMOC slowdown. This means we have the power to do something about it, reducing our greenhouse gas emissions, adopting more sustainable practices, pushing for stricter environmental policies. All of these actions can make a difference. It may seem small in the face of such a big problem, but every action counts. It's easy to feel powerless in the face of news like this. After all, what can a person do against something as vast as ocean currents? But the truth is that big changes start with small actions. And when these small actions are multiplied by millions of people, the impact can be huge. Furthermore, this situation reminds us of something very important. We are part of an interconnected global system. What happens in the Atlantic Ocean is not confined there. It affects us all, no matter where we live. This highlights the importance of international cooperation and collective action to address global challenges. Of course, not all is lost. The science that alerts us to this problem is also working on solutions. Researchers are studying ways to mitigate the effects of climate change and even reverse some of the damage already caused. Innovation and technology can be our allies in this fight, but time is of the essence. The longer we wait to act, the harder it will be to avoid the most serious consequence. That's why scientists are sounding the alarm now. They want us to understand the urgency of the situation and act while we still have a chance to make a difference. So what can we do? Start small, but think big. Reduce your energy consumption, choose more sustainable transport, support companies and policies that prioritize the environment. Educate yourself about climate change and share your knowledge with others. Participate in local environmental conservation initiatives. Every action, no matter how small it may seem, contributes to the bigger picture. Recent discoveries about the AMOC also provide us with fascinating new insight. For example, a study published in the prestigious journal Science revealed that the AMOC is more variable than previously thought, changing strength significantly from year to year. This surprising discovery could help improve our seasonal weather forecast. The same study also shed light on how the AMOC affects sea level. It was found to have played a significant role in the sudden rise in sea levels along the northeast coast of the United States. It's further proof of how this ocean system directly influences our coastal life. And that's not all. Researchers have also established a link between the AMOC and extreme winters in Europe. Remember that brutally cold winter of 2009 to 2010 in Europe? Well, now we know that changes to the AMOC may have contributed to this extreme condition. What is particularly alarming is how quickly these changes are occurring. Recent observations show a reduction in AMOC strength of about 30% in the last decade alone. It's a rate of change that has caught many scientists by surprise and increases the urgency of our action. But the AMOC doesn't just affect the North Atlantic. New research is revealing how its changes can have global impact. Changes in the AMOC can influence rainfall patterns in the Amazon and even affect monsoons in Asia. A powerful reminder of how interconnected all systems on our planet are. And as if that wasn't complex enough, scientists are discovering how the AMOC interacts with other climate phenomena, such as El Niño. These interactions make predicting the exact impacts of changes to the AMOC even more challenging, but they also show us the incredible complexity and beauty of our planet's climate system. Now let's hope that everything goes well and that there are no natural tragedies. I will now leave a video for you to check out. Take advantage of the fact that I separated it especially for you. So click here and go there. Well, that's it, and until next time, curious.